What is up, everybody? It's your boy Damien. This Tennessee trip was wild. I got a lot to unpack here, and I mean mentally and physically. It was a lot. This week's video is not going to be much, to be honest. I just want to keep on the path of at least putting something out every single week. I don't think I've missed a week yet since I started, but there's a lot going on. A lot of exciting stuff. Sadly, it just means that I'm low on content because I'm working on larger projects, but I think in the long run, the larger projects are going to pay off in the fun factor, ways, and it's just, I'm excited. But just know we're working on some stuff, and it's going to be it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. So in the meantime, I guess I'll just do like a little bit of a retrospective look. I don't even know. Is that the right word? Who knows? I just woke up.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
Probably going to try to upload this today as well. The Tennessee trip, it says, GPS does it.
Proceed to the highlighted route. Then route guidance will begin.
Why do you use that thing? Lets them know where you are at all times.
It says it's like 10 hours, 10 and a half hours. You start driving, it's like 14 to 15 fucking hours. That was brutal. I wasn't kind of expecting that. We did go down and stay. We cut the drive in half. So actually more than half. So I drove about, I believe, 10 hours the first night and then got a hotel and then finished off the rest. Now I went down early and we did Nashville. In the town where the track is, where Polecat is, we did the Jack Daniel's distillery tour, which was really awesome. If you get in that area, I suggest doing it. If you like, information about, or if you're like super into how things are made, which I am, I love that stuff. So it was really informative, but also just a really good tour. They did really, really, really well. Besides that, got some good breakfast in the town. Yeah, I was down there like 2 days early, and that was nice. That was nice. It breaks up the trip from being like rush. So going down was actually a decent experience. So in the meantime, I want to talk about the KA Rolla. The whole weekend, whoa, the cat is awake. She is fucking ready. Corolla does good all the time. That thing has been a beast, nonstop, just pushing through. This is the first event that I did have some kind of issues. The issues weren't anything catastrophic, just something silly. One of the turbo feed line started leaking, so that sucked. On grid, I thought, here we go, there's a fire, because it was like, smoking off of the turbo itself. Luckily, it was just that. It was just the feed line oozing a little bit onto the turbo and of course creating smoke. We tried to fix it. Sadly, where we were at in Tennessee, there was no custom speed shops that had AN fittings or things like that. We asked a few people, nobody had anything, and everybody else is like 15 hours away from home. I believe there was a couple locals, but the one local that even went back, I think his name was Jackson, I don't remember. Awesome, really nice guy, really awesome car, JZX90, and yeah, he didn't have anything, so it was just a bust. It was one of those things, but I still got to drive a decent amount Saturday. Sunday, it was just, we tried to fix it by rigging it just whatever we could get, which was an O'Reilly stop to get some JB Weld. And it did not do the trick. In fact, it backfed through the hose on the braiding and just was pouring out this time. So we just called it and said, fuck it. A few things I learned about the Corolla though. So that car is wicked. It's pretty quick. I run Ironman Gen 2s for the most part because it's a really cheap 15. And for what we've been doing, which is more technical drifting, they are 100% perfect. They are great. The front end, I even run, I think I run Ironmans up there as well. I like to balance tires. If I run a grippy tire, it's going to be all four corners. If I run, like a decently cheaper tire, I'm going to run all four corners and the car feels balanced and predictable. But it's been fine. I've actually never had an understeer condition until the Polecat facility. Reason being, we've never hit like 80 mile per hour, possibly plus. I don't even know how fast we were going. It was moving. The videos don't do it justice, which sucks. The in-car stuff, it looks, just normal, but you're moving. I mean, that was third gear the whole time. I kept it in like the mid-range because as it got up in gear, it started to feel really kind of just off. And I run a 3.73. Yeah, it's a 488 in the rear with a 373 with a KA trans. I don't know the actual final gear. I'd have to figure all that math out, but either way, I don't care enough to do that. But going that fast, the manual rack up until about, I'd say top of second, you can start to feel a little bit of float, I'd say. But third gear, the whole time, she's pretty, it's just something I have to figure out and get used to. I'm going to reach out to a couple 8.6 friends that do the more competition side of things and see what they say, you know, alignment spec wise. I don't know if it has something to do with the caster or anything. I don't have a lot of adjustment because I'm just running factory lower control arms that are extended an inch with heat maker, knuckles, and yeah, roll center correction. That's pretty much it. You know, it's very basic, which I like basic on this car. I learned a lot about the car. We were coming in some of these turns, like the slalom section to get up to the initiation in third gear, just understeering through these turns. It was still controllable. I don't know if that has something to do with my comfort level in the car, but it was wild to have the wheel completely cocked and just rolling over these like berm things, you know what I mean? Insane, absolutely insane. It was a wild ride. And then to initiate and hopefully, you know, having the wheels pointing straight before you initiate, it ended up for some weird stuff. But all in all though, it was really cool because it taught me a lot of stuff. I like things where I have something to take away from an event, you know, where I learn something, not just, I drove like shit. I felt like I drove like shit, but I was learning a shit ton, you know? And also the new cage. I completely forgot that the car's gonna feel different. Because it's now fully caged, so the front end is reinforced and stiffened up, where before I just had a half cage, and that half cage was not even really in there. It was just basically for show. So now with anti-intrusion bars and all that stuff, the chassis stiffer. In that time, I was pushing pretty hard. I was following Rich because I wasn't comfortable with the car yet. He was a grip monster, and he always is, because, you know, I'm a fast guy. I'm a super fast guy. But no. He was ripping through the course. He was just like, he was same with me. We were just foot to the floor. There wasn't a lot of throttle modulation in third. Like, you're just foot to the floor. Hopefully you can link these turns. Even with all the power that the Corolla makes and the loose tires, it was still wild. It was, you know, there was grip there, but it wasn't what I wanted to be able to pull me through. It was almost like, I don't know, is either I needed a lot more grip in the tires or I needed another 50 horsepower. And then it would just be wheel speed, but it also, you know, it would pull me out if I needed to, and I could drop tire pressures. What I took away though is I got a ride after the car was like done. Rich was like, well, come out with me. You know, I want you to feel this grip level and all this other bullshit in his car. And I was like, okay. Quickly realized his car, the way he has it set up grip wise, is what I'm missing. I'm missing that. I think the Rolla needs to be more of a, not compy, I'm not going to say comp spec, but that's the vibe that it's giving off. Like, it needs to be gripped up, and then I can get it loose and then keep it loose. So I think I'm gonna fuck with some, not alignment yet. You know, you don't wanna mess with too much when you're doing this shit. If you redo your whole setup, it's like starting over, you know what I mean? You could literally ruin your car that way. So I'm gonna leave the alignment specs the way they are. And I ordered a bunch of Zestinos, the Gredges. I'm gonna put them in all four corners, and I'm gonna try like a South Course or a Ready Set Drift event and just see how it feels, you know, gripped up. See if I enjoy that. I've already ran Zeknovas in the back, and it really woke up the machine. Like, it was almost too fast for the rest of the cars I was driving with. Now, I didn't dial that in. You know, I just put them on and fucking went nuts, where I could have adjusted tire pressures. And tire pressures, I've been learning with 15s are a little different than your 40 series. His car really handled how I like a car to handle. That gives the ability to drive the way that I like to drive, which in that car is, I want to drive fast. I want to go, you know, inside, big huck to outside. You know, a little bit more Japanese style, a little bit more race line, but then with a stylized portion. This track had a lot of those areas that you could do that. But honestly, we were just racing the whole fucking time. I mean, it was like, it was wild. It was really, really cool. But to keep the cars and to try to hit all the points that you need to hit to be able to connect the next spot, you had to fucking fly. And I can't wait to edit the video. We took a lot of footage. Again, you can't really tell most of the stuff. I'm hoping that other people, Digital Adrenaline Barry came with us. So I like to announce him like that. Digital Adrenaline Barry. Barry Barry came with us from Digital Adrenaline, his media company, and I'm sure he got a decent amount of footage. Hopefully, I'll be using that in the vlog to show some of the outside perspectives, because most of the stuff that we shot, it didn't turn out that good. You can't really see what's going on, sadly. Barry said he is part of the team now, so he is going to start, you know, hooking us up and being out there, and he always does anyway. He's a great dude, but getting us footage and stuff for the team. So he's a sweetheart. So I learned a lot, and I learned that the Corolla is a beast, and it just needs a little bit of fine tuning. Suspension wise, gearing wise, I think it's okay. I think I just need to hunker down with some grip levels, find a really good balance, and go from there. Yeah, it was a really good time. I'm sure they're going to keep doing events there. The track and everybody was amazing. Shout out to Itrack for doing this, you know, here. Polecat training facility, the racetrack, is an awesome facility. It's not 100%, you know, set up for drifting, and that makes it even better because it gives you have to have an understanding of different line. You have to have an understanding of speed and where you need to, you know, do all the shit. Where are you going? So yeah, so this is more of like a rant video, but I just wanted to kind of touch base, you know, let everybody know that I'll have some footage from that event, and I'll probably talk a little bit more about it in depth. In the meantime, oh, there's so much cool stuff. Holy fuck, am I excited. I am just really excited. That's kind of the news. I don't know how long this video is, and I'm sorry if it sucks. I can just talk and talk and talk. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be putting together the Tennessee kind of like recap thing. Hopefully I'll have that done for next week. This is a very serious one. And I got my coffee, but I have a lot to do, and I gotta reach out and do all sorts of other really fucking wild shit today. It's like a business. It's a business day. So I hope everybody has an amazing week. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the likes, all the subs, spreading the word. Again, thank you all. We love you. Good day, mate. What?